Good morning and welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN, where we promote full eye contact, according to Jade. Morning, Jade. How are you doing?
You really want to know the answer to that question. So we pretend that I'm fine.
Okay, so guys, we're pretending all day today, which is Friday,
Yeah.
that Jade is fine.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, right here again on Win Media SKN, as usual. And I think we have a pretty interesting show today
We do.
planned. Looking forward to it. Jade, how was your night? Sorry. She's fine. She's doing just fine. Her night was amazing, actually.
Indeed. See, there we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
she had an amazing evening.
Yes.
And that has just...
No, actually did. You know when you have them long conversations that last like throughout the night?
Oh, you had one with a very close and personal friend?
I don't know about that part yet.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you last evening.
In me fuck?
I really didn't know what you was wearing. I really didn't check to see what you was wearing. I know I think it was something. It was orange.
It was pink, bad.
It was pink.
It was well picked up.
Okay, well, I really wasn't paying attention.
You catch me off guard. You catch me in wind down mode. So I just said, me home fuck.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Your friend's supposed to see you fuck. If they never see you fuck, they're your friend.
They're your friend. But yeah, and they also shouldn't actually really take notice because I really didn't. I can't tell you what you had on.
Vibes. So I went to the bushes.
What's this about bushes now?
Remember when I came outside to you, I went into my bush home.
That's why you went in the...
Yeah.
So
Don't judge me.
Guys, I called Jade out she house. It wasn't that late. It was maybe like at 9 o'clock. It wasn't even 9 o'clock. It might have been like it wasn't 9 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock actually. So early call out to she house. Hey. You know one of the best things about living in a village is people randomly passing and calling out your name.
Yeah, bye.
And not knowing if they actually want you to come outside or they're just passing.
Or they're just hailing you, you know.
Yeah. So about Jay Johnson. Because you always got to long off the last part.
Yeah, but then when you do that, I feel like you're just hailing me, like you really want me to come outside.
Oh. And yeah, because I had to call you, I think.
Yeah, you did.
Because, you know, the funny thing about that, I just literally just pass you out and ball out your name and I don't believe they hear me three parts of the time.
No. But many me hear yesterday. I would say yesterday I hear you? No, that's not true.
Right. But anyway. Mm-hmm. So Jade come outside and they're waiting for Jade to come by the vehicle. What kind of here, boy? You're taking long by.
What's your head? And you know why I didn't come outside to the vehicle?
Company.
So, yeah, I said, as him just come from practice, you know, he probably got company.
So I there waiting on Jade by, like.
I was ducking in the bushes, man.
But look, I just there saying about Jade taking a while by. I just hear. Like an animal in some bushes. I said, what is that? What is that rustling over there?
Did you hear? Ask him.
I said, yeah, Mr. Jade.
A wild Jade.
A Jade in the wild.
In her natural habitat.
So they're saying, I mean, I did find it strange. I just figured you just didn't want to walk out the yard.
No.
But, okay, I understand now.
You shouldn't find anything I do strange in Azim.
Jade, I'd never judge you.
Why would you?
Yeah, I'd never judge you.
It doesn't make sense for you to do that. That would be nonsensical, actually.
Yeah.
As a friend who knows me. I could actually call Azim a friend. Because I see Azim every day. Almost.
I'm going to bang him out.
Yeah, we have actual conversations, like, you know, so.
And you feed me and I give you ginger.
Yes. Balance. Balance. That is what you call balance, people.
Oh, boy, good times.
Okay, well, you know, let's start getting ready to jump into some conversations with our friends in Antigua. I see him there banging him out, so I don't know if you can hear me. Hopefully. Okay.
Stop the music.
Yes, hopefully. We're supposed to be, I think he said we're going back to Trinidad.
Yes, we're going back to Trinidad and Tobago, Rhoda Barat.
Yes, there we go. Where is she?
She'll be here shortly. I think there was a little bit of a snafu with the link situation, but she'll be joining us momentarily. All right, and I'll apologize to her publicly for that snafu because it's purely my fault. I think I would have sent her I just thought that she still had the same link from last time. So I should not assume. You know, they say assumptions are a dangerous thing.
Yes.
But anyway, how y'all doing in St. Kitts? Azem, how are you doing? Oh, by the way, where's Kevin? I haven't seen him in a while.
I feel like we explain where Kevin was to them already, you know.
Kevin is on a secret mission somewhere in the US.
He's still on the secret mission.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's on a secret mission. He should be back with us in a few weeks, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
He misses us
And
daily.
you know, Rhoda is going to be disappointed, you know. So you know.
Yeah. I know Kevin never seeks to disappoint a woman, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah, things
Indeed,
happen.
indeed.
Beyond our control.
It is beyond our control. How is St. Kitts Nevis? How are things in the Twin Island Federation?
Boy, that's a good question.
No, I think things be pretty jiggy right now.
Okay.
With 2 salaries, civil servants getting
That ain't
2
got nothing to
salaries.
do with us.
Yeah,
That
but,
ain't got
yeah.
nothing to do with us.
We're waiting on the trickle down.
Yes.
You went to London?
We're waiting on the trickle down, but nothing there.
Even though we
Yeah,
serve
yeah,
the
yeah.
public, they don't pay us for it.
Yeah, but of course, that is a definite point of conversation around the federation, as well as right now we're just in the but I would say we're on the tail end most likely of the budget debates. So of course, persons are waiting for that to wrap up. But that's kind of what's dominating the conversations around that, as well as of course protocols as it relates to COVID-19 and vax versus unvaxxed and what's doable versus not doable.
Yeah, you know the usual.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. But things are good in the federation, I would say.
In that aspect, yes.
Okay.
We're not struggling over here.
Our numbers are down. I think we're down to single digits now.
Yes, we have 5 active cases. I
5
think.
active cases. We were actually contemplating shipping them over to Antigua, but we decided to keep them.
Yeah, we'll hold on to them for a bit.
You don't want them over here. Thank you. Rhoda Barat is joining us from the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, where they say God is a Trini. Good morning, Rhoda. Welcome. Happy Friday.
Good morning, Darren. Good morning to your guests. Good morning to your other co-hosts. So I just heard one of your guests say that they're down to 5 to single digits now, right? So like 4 or 5 persons. Why you want me to start my video? You know that there's every possibility that I still walking around the house in my house dress and you want me to start my video.
That's okay. We want to see a nice house dress.
You want to see you, Rhoda? Morning.
No, there's nothing. Morning. So I just heard the comment from one of your other guests there, the very, very, very handsome gentleman with the dreadlocks. And I thought to myself, okay, I need to find out exactly which island this young man is living on, so I can go there so that I too can talk about single digits with respect to COVID, because you know the numbers I will be talking about this morning, nowhere near single digits, right? We're talking triple digits on a daily basis now in Trinidad.
Wow.
Well,
So this
handsome
is
young
what,
man,
a
would you
new
like
way?
would you like to respond?
Yes.
I mean, of course, Rhoda should know that we're live in St. Kitts, so the people in St. Kitts are just always looking forward to Rhoda joining us on the show. But
Good morning to St. Kitts Nevis, and I'm very happy to hear that you look forward to hearing me join you on the show. And I'm also happy to hear that you seem to have things a little bit more coordinated, not a little bit, not plenty better coordinated than we have it here right now.
Well, what is this state of COVID in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, as of last night, because I can give you the figures from last night, we would have had over 2,500 deaths as of last night. I'm going outside, so we could see some blue skies and things. So as of last night, over 2,500 deaths. And yesterday would have been one of those days when I have to pull up the data properly. But what we get now on average is about 700 to 800 persons positive on average in a daily fashion. So it's not
Rhoda, you using an
Yes.
earpiece? You're using an
Yes.
earpiece?
Yes, is there too much noise?
That's why. I think the listeners are complaining that you're not coming through clearly. Oh dear, so sorry.
Okay, so you need me to take off the
Just,
earpiece?
yeah. If you could, we could just use a speaker. It might work a little better.
Yeah,
We could try that.
I can do that. I can do
Yeah.
that. But the reason I'm not gonna stay outside then is that I think there'll just be too much background noise. So I will go
Okay.
back inside. I'll go
Okay.
back inside and turn on lights and stuff inside,
I'm
which
so
is fine. Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So let me disconnect and let me
You-
apologize to the listeners first. Right, and
Oh yes,
you
much
hearing me
better.
better? Tell me if you hear me
Yes.
better. Okay, so
Yes.
first, apologies to the audience. Second, to get back to the question that can you remind me of his name, the young man's name?
Who's that? Oh, Azem Bailey.
Yes.
Azem, yeah.
Right, Azam.
Azem.
So we are averaging 700 to 800 infected persons on a daily basis. We are also averaging around 20 deaths a day. Yesterday, we would have had, either yesterday or day before yesterday, we would have had our highest toll of 32 deaths in one day. And we are now at a total of 2,500 and change, like it might be 2,503 or something like that, deaths in total for this entire pandemic. And a couple weeks ago, when we had hit the 2,000 figure, someone did a very nice infographic. It was very basic to show you how many persons that had died were vaccinated and how many persons were unvaccinated. And so the unvaccinated figure would have been somewhere around 1,440 something, or 1,441 or something like that. And 59 who would have been unvaccinated. So 1,440 something unvaccinated, and 59 persons that would have died would have been vaccinated. Now, what we need to take into consideration is that some of the unvaccinated deaths would have been persons who did not have the opportunity to be vaccinated because we hadn't yet had vaccines in the country, right? Because vaccines would have come in and been on stream as of March this year. But that it's after March that our infection rate and death numbers started to pick up as well. So what the plain numbers showed that persons who were vaccinated were doing better under this current pandemic. So for me it's a pretty grim picture here right now, especially when you consider how well we were doing last year, but now it's just, the infection rates are out of control. And as a result of that, deaths as well.
All right. Azem, you had a follow-up to that?
I'm a bit in shock, being quite honest.
Same.
So am I.
Yeah, but how has this obviously there seems to be an increase in the infection rate, as you're saying that you're now having your highest daily total deaths since the start of the pandemic. But how has that been affecting the government's policies as relates to protocols and the decisions they make in terms of what people can and cannot do?
So here's the thing, right? Darren and I had an interview a couple of weeks ago on the program that I do. And there were some questions I asked Darren, and I'm sure Darren didn't even understand why I was asking questions like that. But I asked him a couple of questions about how the opposition in Antigua, Barbuda has been working, or whether it has or has not been working with the sitting government, right? Because Trinidad and Tobago, we have a very peculiar political situation in this country. Politics drives everything. So if you are on the side of one particular party, you're going to adopt the positions of that particular party. If you're on the side of another political party, you'll adopt the positions that that party has put out into the domain, whether it is spoken or unspoken, right? So stated or implied positions. And we have had, from the jump, challenges after challenges after challenges to just adhere to protocols. So The first challenge would have been getting people to believe that COVID is real, right? Is actually a virus that is there. The second challenge would have been getting persons to understand and accept that masking is important, because people were insistent that they didn't need to mask up. Another challenge is spatial distancing. And then after you had, I mean, there were all kinds of silly challenges that you had to deal with. And of course, getting vaccinated. So we're at the point where of an adult population of 1.1 million persons, over 600,000 persons are currently vaccinated. I think the number is like 650,000. That's a flat figure. It's a little bit more detailed than that, right? So about 650,000 of the 1.1 million adults are vaccinated. And I've forgotten how many children between 12 and 18 are vaccinated. I don't have those figures off the top of my head. But we're over the 50% mark in terms of vaccination. When I talk about 650,000 vaccinated, I'm talking about having either had the 2 doses or having had the Johnson & Johnson, right? So they are considered to be fully vaccinated. In between all of that, guys and lady, you still have persons that are holding events that they should not be holding. So we have all of these rules and guidelines in place about the number of persons that can gather, the number of persons that can be at any kind of event, whether it's a church event, whether it's a concert event. You know, we have all of those guidelines in place. We would have had the various sectors of the business community that would have been deeply impacted by this, clamoring to be able to reopen and to reopen with guidelines. So we have safe zones. And there is an alarming amount of disregard for personal accountability. So let's say Darren has a bar, right? Darren's bar. And on Friday evenings, Darren's bar, because Darren's bar is a safe zone, so and he's operating and doing what he has to do. But Friday evening would be the weekend evenings would be the evenings that would have more persons patronizing his bar. If Darren is allowed to have 50% capacity at the bar, or in the bar, sorry, and the bar can hold 400 persons at full capacity, so of course they're only allowed to have 200 persons at half capacity, you will find that 1,500 persons will be outside the bar. So they're not on the bar's compound, they're not on the bar's property. So Darren will have his 50% capacity on the compound of the bar itself, and then spilling out onto the street and the other side of the road, and and on the adjoining pavement, there will be several hundred other persons, either just outside their cars or whatever, and they're going to use all kinds of arguments when the police show up to move people. They're not there at the bar. They are there at their car, and they're waiting to collect this and they're waiting to collect that. And no, we are not with those persons across there. So you have people disregarding those things. And again, then there are all of the private events. There are a lot of private events where people are not adhering to masking, distancing, sanitization. And so you have all of these clusters of super spreading taking place. And I think the mindset right now, certainly that's how it comes across to me when I see videos and when I'm looking at the daily numbers. The mindset just seems to be, well, okay, everybody had to get it. Who have to get it, going to get it. And, who have to die will die. That's how it just seems like nobody cares. That's how it feels to me at this point in time.
I feel like that's something we've all felt in our countries. Honestly.
Yeah, I think what you're saying actually mirrors a lot of what we were saying maybe 3-4 months ago here in the Federation. Fortunately, we were able to
get it together.
And I think also what helped with us at least is that we did have a lot of people going out and getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
And of course we do have
we have this. I don't want to say that we don't have a lot of people getting vaccinated, Because when you look at the figures on paper, right? When you look at the figures on paper, over 600,000 persons are now fully vaccinated, right? So what that is telling you is what we have about 400,000 to 500,000 persons to get vaccinated, and people are continuing to get vaccinated, but in smaller numbers now. And of course, we have we've rolled out the booster shot program, so there are persons going out to get booster shots. And I want to share this personal story with you, because Darren shared a very personal story with me a couple weeks ago. And Darren, I am now beginning to understand your anger over that particular situation. My mother has been very good about listening to me throughout this pandemic. Whatever I tell her to do, she will do. Not always fully adhering, but for the most part, she's doing. So when it was time for the booster shot, when the booster shot program was about to be launched, I said, boosters are going to be launched, and as soon as I find out the day and time you have to go get your booster shot, I will let you know. Then, Darren, the same day I told you I couldn't do the interview because I had to take her down to clinic, I'm taking my mother down to clinic, and she says to me, I wasn't planning to go for the booster shot, So I said, why not? She said, well, a nurse and assistant at the health center said to me that she saw something on Facebook that said you shouldn't mix your vaccines. So I paused because, as Darren could tell you, my mouth real hot. I don't hold back, right? Right. I just use the whole spectrum of vocabulary that is available to me. So I said, walk me through this as if I am a 6-year-old. Who tell you what? So she says, the nurse, my nurse and assistant friend at the health center now, she was telling me, because she had actually gone to the health center to find out what was the dates for booster shots to be coming out. And the nursing assistant said to her, those of you that got AstraZeneca the first time around have to take Pfizer as your booster shot. And the nursing assistant then tells her she saw something on Facebook that says you shouldn't mix your vaccines. And so she was advising my mother against getting her booster shot. The thing that hurt me in all of this is WHO has issued statements that indicate which vaccines can be mixed and not mixed, right? Up until yesterday, they would have issued something indicating that you could have a different booster if you've got Sinopharm, because up until early on in the week, we were being told if you had Sinopharm as your first and second dose, you had to have Sinopharm as your third dose. So AstraZeneca and Pfizer are paired, right, as the vaccination and booster shot. So can you imagine that after I talked to my mother, the Ministry of Health putting out all of the information that it is putting out and that my mother listens to on a regular basis, this one nursing assistant at a health center almost convinced my mother not to get her booster shot. And I said to my mother, I said, so if I pick up myself and go down to this health center and cuff down this nursing assistant for daring to give you this kind of... No, I mean, how do you take it upon yourself to give advice of that kind? And you are working within the healthcare system. You are supposed to be, as a matter of fact, no nursing assistant is there to be providing medical advice. We have experts and we have doctors for doing that. Who are you to be dispensing medical advice and your source of information is a video on Facebook?
Yeah. Yep.
So if a video on Facebook tell me that I should cuff down people who have upset me, right? If a video on Facebook says to me, Rhoda, when you get upset, or, friend, when you get upset, you should cuff down somebody. Am I within my right to go down to that health center and cuff down this woman? No, obviously not.
Yeah, I gotta tell you. Anyway, Facebook is a problem. I think they recognize that they're a problem. That's why they've sort of changed their name to, what's it, Meta?
Meta.
Meta.
To Meta. But you know what, Darren, it's not making a jot of difference, really. What the name change is not making a jot of difference. You still have all of these stupid videos going around, whether it's on Facebook or WhatsApp. and I mean Facebook owns WhatsApp. This morning I get up and a friend of mine who is, she works in science here at the University of the West Indies. She sends me something from TikTok and she says, the ministry has to do something about these videos. And I said to her, the ministry's hands are constrained because unless there is defamation or slander or sedition in the videos, it falls under the protection of freedom of expression. So people could get up and say whatever it is they want to say.
Correct. That's the unfortunate thing.
Yep.
That's the unfortunate thing. And as I said before, and I'll say it again, my good friend Dr. Courtney Lewis, he did a presentation at a place I was at not so long ago, and he said, Darren, we have two pandemics. There is the pandemic of the pandemic, which is COVID-19 and the SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes...
the pandemic of the virus.
And the pandemic of misinformation. And as I pointed out to you, Rhoda, in our exchange a few weeks back, the danger with this misinformation is that people are convinced that their position is correct. They're convinced.
And they're dying.
And they're dying.
They're dying in the midst of that conviction, Darren.
It's really unfortunate. But yes, I think I mentioned it earlier. I mentioned it yesterday, actually, on the program, Rhoda. I did get my booster 2 days ago. I opted to go with the Pfizer-BioNTech. Yeah. That was what, was recommended based on my little conversations and so on. So I went with the Pfizer. So Azam and Jade, I have Pfizer now coursing through my veins. And
did your powers come in yet?
Do you have 5G speeds of data coming out of you, radiating?
Yeah, did your powers activate?
Well, Pfizer is known for other things, but so far I feel okay. The only thing that I would say is that my arm seems to be sore for a relative, that the area where they chucked me with the needle. Yeah. And they had a good laugh at me because, of course, I was behaving like a spoiled child. I'm not crazy about needles.
Me too. I'm
still a little sore, but I'm fine. What's that? Sorry?
I am just like that about needles. I will be the first person to say this. I'm not a fan of needles, but I had to work past my fear of getting an injection, not the inject, because there's no vaccine that I'm afraid of. It's not the vaccine that I would have concerns with, right? It's the needle in and of itself. So I had to work past my fear of the needle. But I mean, the nurses who gave me my 2 shots, they were very good. One distracted me with old talk and conversation, and the next one did her job. And by the time I realized I was being vaccinated, it was done. It was over and finished with. And like other persons, I also am there thinking, okay, I've taken this particular vaccine from this particular maker. Now I'm going to take a booster shot from a different maker. Am I going to have different side effects? Because the only side effect I had with Sinopharm was I slept the sleep of the just and the innocent. Right? The vaccine happened, and I slept one of the deepest, sweetest sleeps for 4 straight hours that afternoon. Got up, had something to eat, and went right back to sleep. So I think I slept like a good 10 hours after having had that vaccine, and recommended it to everybody. I said, if you ain't sleep properly for a while, get Sinopharm. You will feel so rested after that Sinopharm vaccine. So I was a little bit more on the snacky side for a couple of days. I was just feeling to eat a lot, but that was it. So I'm reading up on what are the possible side effects with respect to Pfizer, but I am going to go get my booster. There's one thing I wanted to say to Win Media with respect to protocols. The Prime Minister here would have seen what's going on with numbers. And at the end of November, he had a I nearly go to say State of the Union, yes? He had an address to the nation. And in that address to the nation, he talked about the possibility of the coming of mandates, of a vaccine mandate, if things continue in a particular way. So I feel that we are on the verge of, like we are mere weeks away from,
another address to the nation where a full vaccination mandate is ruled out for the entire country because we cannot continue this way. Averaging 20 deaths a day means that by the end of a week, by the end of 5 days, you got 100 deaths.
Yeah, it's
Right?
shocking.
And
Absolutely
it is,
shocking.
Darren, when you look at it, we've lost the equivalent of a small town, right? 2,500 people. And the majority of that figure is in this year alone. In this year alone, we're not talking about last year, because our figures last year were nowhere. We weren't at 100 last year. We broke the 100 deaths mark at the start of this year, and we have just, the pace has just continued.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, I hate to do this, but we're gonna have to get ready to go because we have a cultural icon joining us for our cultural and entertainment segment coming up next. And believe it or not, we've been on for just about half an hour. Yeah, it's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. Almost half an hour.
And
so
talking
yes,
about morbid things.
It's been a great chat. And thinking, but it's important. People need to understand the seriousness of this pandemic. And Rhoda, there's a listener who wants to know if you're available. I can send you his number.
Tell him.
People are excited about the comment about you coughing down the nursing assistant. I think you created some reaction in social media.
Tell them it is very possible. I can get that upset and annoyed, especially because it's my mom. Right? It is my mother. Yes. And I'm there thinking to myself, if something happens to my mother, how is this nursing assistant going to account for herself? She cannot account for herself. But let me not get hot and steamy about it. I want to, before I run off, because I have to go the same way you guys have to go and do your thing, I want to wish all of you, everybody who celebrates Christmas, a very happy, very holy Christmas season. And I really wanted all of you that are listening now, not just the persons interviewing me, everybody who's listening now, you make it into 2022. I am so concerned about who will and will not make it into 2022, because every day of life, well, actually every week now, one of my colleagues at the University of the West Indies, we get an obituary. Of course, the obituary does not say cause of death, just that the person has passed, but you know what has taken place. And that has me very shaken up, that there's so many persons that came into 2021 with me that are not making it into 2022 with me.
Yeah.
So be safe, happy, merry, holy Christmas, prosperous 2022, healthy 2022 for everybody. And thank you so much, Darren and the team at Win Media, for making me part of the family.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Rhoda. We love you. The listeners love you. From the time I say Rhoda is coming on, everybody gets excited. So thank you very much, Rhoda. All the best and stay safe. And hello to mommy.
I will
have
give
my
her your
mommy
regards.
challenges too, but yes, I have my mommy challenges too. We had a bit of a not so nice conversation yesterday, but I hope she's listening, and I want her to know that it's out of love and not anything else.
tell your mom from me, please.
Yeah.
Yes. That if she loves you the way I think she loves you, she will consider doing things that will give your heart some ease, because I know how much of a challenge this has been for you.
Thank you, Rhoda.
You're welcome, my dear. You all have a great day.
All right. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, Azam, Jade, Azam, thank you so much. We gotta go make ways for Miss Heather Durham, who's gonna be joining us via a different Zoom room. So we gotta go. Unfortunately, parting is such sweet sorrow. But we'll do this again once more before the Christmas holidays.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
All right, man. You take care.
All right, you both, and stay safe as well.
Always. Remember, make it to 2022.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, I'm trying my best. All right.
All right, guys, that was this week's edition of the Caribbean Link Up.
Indeed. Love when water joins us.
But we're not in Trinidad, really, bye.
All I know is the nurse need to hide.
You know, the thing that's funny for me is, like, last night, I saw a friend of mine from Trinidad posting about how happy he is to see like people in our industry working again. And like I hearing this today now, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't know why. I can't answer that. They must know.
Oh boy.
Cause boy, things sound not so nice over there. But we'll send a prayer up for our friends in Trinidad. Wish them all the best. Hope things get better for them. That's all we could do at this point.
2,500 people in jail.
I tell you, that's a lot, you know. Even to have 32 a day for one day. I know 32 people as him. So imagine if all of them died. Bro, that is crazy. But hopefully they could figure it out.
You know what average of 20 they look like in a place like Trinidad?
Yeah. It might be big, but it's still small.
20 a day average?
That's crazy. Not gonna lie, that's crazy. But let me give y'all daily COVID updates.
Yeah, because we ain't half as bad. The funny
no.
thing about it, this sound like good news now.
Boy,
after what we just hear, this sound like good news. Give us some good news.
We're over here doing good things. So, as of Thursday, 16th December, we have one confirmed case in the last 24 hours, bringing our total to 2,798 with just 5 active cases. We're almost there, you know. You're going to know when we reach because I'm going to stop reading these reports.
Yeah, the thing about it for me, goodbye. The thing that is kind of just there about these reports is that I feel like when we get to 0, people can feel like, yeah, thankfully there's nobody now who's under threat of COVID to our knowledge and stuff like that.
To our knowledge, indeed.
To our knowledge, but then, as far as I know, dying and trigger nothing. Dying, that's not.
As I, maybe they're waiting to tell us, like for a Christmas gift, like, you know.
Oh, for a Christmas gift?
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to take one of these cards, Ed?
You could take one.
Let's see. Before they hang up. Oh, I think they hung up here. Good morning, caller. Oh, yep. Let's try this one. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Yes, good morning, man. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Sorry to link up there, man. It was really impactful just now, man. It was short, but, you know, at least you get to see how, you know, things was and are, still is for other people in, you know, other parts of the Caribbean. But when that lady was talking and throwing out these little statistics, that, you know, it just shows that as the pandemic went along, you know, like as people initially maybe thought that this thing was fake, but, you know, as things go along, you know, we was doing good. It shows that we was doing really good. And then maybe some ignorance crept in, and, you know, and the indecisiveness and all the debates and all the misleading information and all the back and forth, you know, people dropped their guard and got complacent. But this thing is real. This thing is real because you cannot just be looking around and seeing people dropping like flies and don't think that it's not real. You know what I mean? If you're standing on your porch and you see a bus pass by and knock down a little boy, what your eyes see, you got to believe, bro. You know what I mean? But different than that, man, if you listen to that lady, she was from Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just shows, you know, how difficult it was down there in Trinidad. But in St. Kitts and Nevis, bro, I believe that I don't know if they could do any better in St. Kitts and Nevis. But I just want to thank the frontline workers and all the people that make it possible for St. Kitts and Nevis to be in the position that they are right now with this pandemic. Because, you know, the death rate there, I don't really think that is that bad. And I believe strongly that St. Kitts and Nevis is doing well. You know, they're really controlling the pandemic. And the point where we're at now in St. Kitts and Nevis, you know, it ought to be commended, man. But, you know, I just want to tell the people, don't drop their guard, still be vigilant. And, you know, make, like you say, hashtag make it to 2022. You know, it's only a couple more weeks in this year. and I believe we're going to make it. And I just want to offer some hope to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. You guys need to.
We seem to have lost that caller. But yeah, I kind of agree with his sentiment. We always make this. We always say, "Oh, Sink is blessed." But the truth about it is that we are, and
but the blessing comes with work.
Yeah, and it really speaks to the job that that person have been doing. Not just the decision makers, but the person who's go out and execute. Right? I think we just at a place in this whole response to the COVID-19 virus, where because of the good work that we would have been done and the good decisions that were made, the questions now are saying, okay, well, we made the sacrifices early, so we didn't get into the position that some of the places are getting into. Thankfully, and so now that should translate into.
Yes.
XYZ.
I agree. I feel like it's time for, I keep saying it, it's time for them to come out and tell us, like, okay, what's next? What they have planned. I mean, it's not too late. We have a few more weeks. Let us know what's happening next year for the rest of the month or whatever it is, because, again, we're on a very good trajectory with cases and vaccinations and all the things that they wanted from us. So it's time to give us a little update. It's time to tell us, like, this is what we foresee in the future. This is what we're going to do, or, and just anything. A matter of fact, we just want anything.
Jade, how you felt about all the tourists in town yesterday?
You mean enjoying yourself massless, just walking around, having a good time? Yeah. Oh. I have no feelings for that.
Okay.
If they're happy, I'm happy. Once they're being safe and keeping us safe and we're keeping them safe, and however the safeness go. Just, yeah. But
you have no thoughts on how the safeness should look?
I mean, they told us it should look like mass and, bubbles and all of these things, but now it looks like it has changed, so.
No, but once the fence came down and no, but
that doesn't
there's
mean,
no bubble anymore.
Yeah, but we still I'm not saying all of them don't wear the mask, because I see majority of them still masked up and stuff, but, how do you feel about it?
I hardly see anybody in any mask yesterday.
Oh, maybe I went to the Ramada yesterday, and while driving, the tours that are stopped on the side of the roads and stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, on the tours, so yeah, but those are solid walking in town.
Oh no, they're just vibes, Speaking of tourism, our minister, Honorable Lindsey Grant, has been named the best tourism minister in the Caribbean.
Congratulations. You want to go through this story? I have one question after this, but I don't feel bad with my questions, because sometimes I don't feel like people take me as like a hater. But go ahead.
St. Kitts and Nevis Tourism Minister Lindsey Grant has been named as the Caribbean Tourism Minister of the Year by Caribbean Journal. In announcing his selection as the top performing tourism minister, Caribbean Journal said, Grant quickly and nimbly managed St. Kitts and Nevis tourism fortunes, working with health officials to tighten and loosen restrictions as necessary, compiling an industry-leading set of cruise protocols, and helping steer the small destination through the most challenging period of the pandemic, all while maintaining the Twin Island Federation's position as a calm oasis of Caribbean charm. In a February 2020 interview with Loop Caribbean, Grant said that his ministry was on high alert to ensure COVID-19 will not catch the country off guard. At the time, the island was suspected of being a port of call for an infected person aboard the Anthem of the Seas cruise ship. We called Royal Caribbean directly and asked them for answers and an indication as to whether or not a news item from CNN was correct, because we are very annoyed over the fact that this report had come out and we were not alerted. We got the information that the CDC, after their evaluation, had said everything was negative and there was no concern, he said. The hard work of Grant and St. Kitts and Nevis' Public Health Authority continues to make the island an attractive place for tourists. Approximately 41,000 cruise passengers are expected to visit St. Kitts and Nevis this month on 60 cruise calls.
Yeah, congratulations to Minister Grant and all the hardworking people at both the ministry and the Tourism Authority.
Indeed.
I mean, one of the things that I think should be commended, it wasn't really stated there, but I guess it really wouldn't feel the same to persons outside who looking at the performance of the ministers. But one of the things I got to commend Minister Grant about is the press conferences. Like he got press conferences almost every week. Yeah? He's like the only minister who does who does have like a press conference every week.
I can't say him that don't talk to you, man.
Every week, and I mean, especially the fact that a lot of times, we hear complaints about people not knowing what's happening and nobody telling us nothing.
With that ministry, man.
Yeah, so you got to commend him for that. My thing is though, like, why is this a thing
What? The best minister?
in the Caribbean?
I don't know. How you gonna ask me that? Like he's been put out the article.
Bear in mind, I think it's something that himself, his staff, and the ministry on a whole should feel proud about it.
Indeed.
And it's not that I don't think it's well deserved. I just wouldn't think like that's a thing.
It is though, clearly.
Apparently.
It is. You know what else is a thing, Azim?
Tell me.
People robbing the banks and then depositing the money outside of the bank.
Say what now?
Yes.
Jade?
Yes, friend.
The criminals are criminaling.
But boy, I don't have the criminal in the way I should. Because
But I mean, but Jade, your money is safe. Okay, go ahead.
But ain't money, friend. You gotta remember that part.
No, it's mine now. I took it.
Oh, okay, well.
But my thing is like, you just
Since
rob.
it's how you work.
But no, my thing is like, okay, I understand that the
Well,
thought.
you can understand about this, Azim.
The thought is that your money would be safe in the bank. That's what they tell you. But then you have to understand, like, you just robbed the bank.
Yes.
So perhaps it's not as safe as you think.
Yes. Listen, I saw the story and I stopped. I said, no, this will be fake. And then I clicked on it and it was actually real.
Yeah, I actually heard somebody mention it. But go ahead, Jade.
So, a man was arrested after robbing a bank and then depositing the money into an ATM outside. They say patience is a virtue, but for one bank robber, it seemed like he missed that memo as he reportedly tried to deposit stolen money into an ATM right outside of the establishment he just robbed.
Well,
according to the Delaware State Police, 44-year-old California man Mick Roberts Williams entered a Wells Fargo bank in Williamton at around 11 a.m. this past Saturday and gave the teller a robbery note. Then after, the teller complied and gave him an undisclosed amount of money. In the most cartoonish manner possible. Why they shading the man like this? William left the bank and proceeded to try to deposit deposit the said stolen money into the ATM directly outside of it. The suspect fled the bank.
The man just made a withdrawal and was going to make a deposit. That's all. The man just was making a deposit.
Listen, the suspect fled the bank on foot, and once outside, he made a deposit into the ATM on the exterior of the building, the police report said. The man, who sounds like he has two last names.
You gotta stop playing with Mick, man. Stop playing with Mick.
Yo, why they shading this man like this? The man, who sounds like he has two last names, then tried to flee the scene, where he was later apprehended by state troopers. He is being charged with second-degree robbery and is being held in county jail on a $6,000 cash bond. Thankfully, this robber was not nearly as serious as the one occurring in California right now. A few weeks ago, a mob of nearly 80 people stormed a Nordstrom in Walnut Creek, California, making off with countless goods in what looked like a scene out of a movie.
Look, no, let me tell you something, right? California right now, you
That's the new Florida?
No,
because
Jade,
when I opened the article, I said, I bet this is Florida, you know.
Jade, no, you don't understand what's going on in California, you know.
No.
The police telling the people, the tourists, don't come here. Because if you come here, we can't guarantee your safety. Like, they did a press conference and told people to not come to California.
New.
Well, to LA.
That is new.
I couldn't believe I was hearing.
That's a place where they used to love people frequenting.
No, Jade, you see, I'm going to tell you what the problem is now. The problem is, it's always been like that. It just been like that in certain cities where people are darker than blue. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
but
now the robberies and the home invasions happening up in Beverly Hills, and the what's the other place where all them rich people live? So now that the home invasions and the bank robberies and these things and the when they just come up and take your car, like and
so now the light brights acting up.
no, it's like, oh my God, we have to do something. It's a national emergency. For years, gang violence been happening in the inner cities.
You know, I say it as go as him. Like
Everybody know California gangs. Everybody know California death rate in certain cities and thing. Nobody studying on.
no, because they're affecting them.
From the time it get out of the little pocket where it's supposed to be, because that's really what he's showing you now. We were supposed to be there. That's why it wasn't a problem. But from the time it starts spilling over, they ain't just saying, oh guys, we have to do something about this.
They say, hey, don't come here.
They're literally telling people like, hey, yeah, don't come here. It's a crisis. We can't protect you.
A crisis.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
It's been a crisis.
I watched the press conference. I was like, wait, what?
This crisis new?
I was like, but this is what been happening all the time. I mean, understand? Like, but it's where it's happening and who it's happening to.
Yes.
Okay.
I tell you, once the light brights start getting affected, you don't know.
Yeah, but this dude here, I mean, really and truly, what are you charging him for?
Robbery. He robbed the bank.
How he robbed the bank and he gave the money right back?
That's not how the money was going back into his account.
He took it from the bank.
He didn't take it out of his account though.
He didn't take it out of any one person's account either.
Yeah, but you can't just take it out the imaginary accounts of the millions and then put it into yours. That's not how it works, as him.
Jade, he took the money from the bank. He was giving the money back to the bank.
Okay.
This will be one of my arguments. And people don't like to hear it, but it's because of the topic. Right? It's because of the topic. People don't like. You know how they does like trap people?
The bank?
No, like police and investigators and things like that. Like you remember, I think we were talking about To Catch a Predator and how they just go and catch the predators.
Stupidly too.
Right. But they actually didn't do what you're accusing them of. Like they don't lock them up.
They don't?
Wait, how are you locking them up?
For conversations, for
But those didn't happen.
But they then decided to come to the house expecting to meet with a minor.
Yes, but they didn't.
Oh.
they actually didn't. They didn't do anything illegal. They weren't talking to an underage person. They didn't meet an underage person.
But now the whole world no use a pedophile.
Right. So what happened?
Punishment, you know?
No, but people believe that you should go to jail for that, but they didn't actually do anything. So in other words, the reason why I am one of the people who believe like you can't do them anything. You can't lock up people for intentions.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like if we start locking up people for intentions, well, I was going to jail.
Bye.
HMP. What's the name of the movie? It was there's Total Recall. I can't remember the name of the movie, but there's a movie where they were locking up people for because you had a thought.
I know what you mean.
And it was like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like, but anyway, the man literally just took it out the bank
but this
and gave it back to the bank.
See, that's
no, what I'm saying is, what they're locking him up for? How you could call it robbery when you have the money?
Because he robbed them before they got the money, as him. He did commit the act, Even if he gave it back, it doesn't mean that he didn't commit the act.
But no harm, no foul.
No, Fred, you can't.
No harm, no foul. You have the money. You have the money, no harm, no foul. Hey, morning, Carla.
I think it was a...
Carla telling you good morning, Jay.
Morning. I think it was a bank robber in your past life,
Me?
The way of defending this, I feel like.
Minority Report, Axeman. I know Axeman got me back. Minority Report is the name of the Minority Report is the name of the movie. Yes.
Of course it is.
Yeah. You can't lock up people for intentions, otherwise we're going on a slippery slope.
But it wasn't an intention.
You mean this guy, you mean?
Yes.
Oh no, he going in jail.
No, he going in jail for sure.
He going in jail.
No doubts about that, boy.
He going in jail. That's it. But again, it's a victimless crime. So he can't be that bad. Give him community service, man.
Yeah, let him go clean up the road or something.
Leave him some parks and so.
Something, because boy.
It's like you used to guy. How must say he from by? Let's just say he from between Bellevue and Passing Ground. But the man would just go into people's house and take out the things.
So he would steal?
He would steal, but the thing is, he would make sure to take care of your things so that you could get them back in good condition. So he might hide them down in the gut, but he put a tarp over them and so. Because we just kind of wanted to go to jail.
Yeah, but then just tell them, listen.
No, they don't just let you in. Like, you can't just go knock on the door and be like, hey, you could come in, it's Christmas timing and not to eat.
Push a police.
No, but and then the police shoot you.
No, they
the
don't
risk,
shoot.
no,
they
Jade,
don't, that would box you off here. They don't shoot you.
Exactly. The risk is too great. What I would do, so what he'll do, he'll go in somebody's house, take out the radio. I remember them time radio there was big things.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to take out the radio, you're going to hide it down in the gut. And then everybody know use the thief, so they come and ask you.
And then
so
you
the police,
say, yes.
The police come and say, oh, sorry, it was me. But the thing's down in the gut. If you want me to show you where they be, come and show you. See them down there.
Evidence, everything.
Help you take them out. And help you carry them back and so. But then y'all ain't taking me to jail. I'm a house robber.
Answer the phone.
Oh, the person didn't call him. The robber name here.
But hello, don't do that, you know.
Good morning, caller. You live on Island T. What's up? Morning, caller. Oh, feel free to call back.
I don't call us. So the views expressed by the callers are not the same as Win FM. We didn't say it. We didn't say it.
Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Good morning, folks. How are you doing?
We're doing well. Thank you.
Good. How would you describe someone who walk into a supermarket, pick up lots of groceries, push them in the pants pocket, push them down in the clothes and everything, walk around in the supermarket and not leave the supermarket? Are you calling him stealing? Somebody who put all these things in his pocket, walk out and pass the cashier without paying. Which one is the thief? Because you see, if he didn't walk out the supermarket with them without paying, is he a thief?
No.
Or if he walk out the supermarket and not paying, which one is it?
The man just didn't feel like using a basket. He didn't steal.
Exactly. So the man didn't steal.
No. It's when you leave the premises where you're thief, you know?
Exactly. The man just went up by the ATM.
No, friend.
The man just went up by the ATM and deposited back the money into the bank.
We're friend in a way. Bring me back a charger. Bring me back an iPhone charger. I keep asking people for what kind of gifts are they asking for, boy?
The gifts that you need.
It's true.
The gifts that
I'm logical. All I need is an iPhone charger.
If you're bringing back Jay the iPhone charger, please pay for it. Don't put it in your pocket. But yeah, like it's always funny how sometimes these what do you call it? These stories that come up, I just to show you.
I'd say catch me off guard because as I had the shop plan, and then I was scrolling through and I said, this has to make it. This one has to make it because what?
Yeah, some of the things people be doing right now, it really just boggles the mind.
Boy, the man robbed the bank and went outside.
You want to take a guess what ethnicity this
He white. This all white.
That's always a fun little exercise for me. Trying to guess the race of the culprit. Cause you could kind of tell from the
I wonder if he is white. What they say?
What is that?
But is your sound?
Actually, if you Google it, you can find him here.
Yeah.
You can probably find a mugshot or something.
Let me see if I was wrong.
But yeah, that's always a jiggy game to play. Let me see. What Witty saying? Oh, Witty just reached. Morning, Witty. But bye. You Googling it?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. But I always
tell you so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he white. Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah, white.
Yeah, he white.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he do it too. Like he looked like this is something he would do.
He look unrepentant. They might gotta give him a couple of days in jail.
Yeah, the man is probably vexed that he got to jail. He vexed that he get catch.
I think he probably vexed that.
The man had a solid plan in his head, you know. Solid as him.
Look, sometimes, right, people. Let me give you some advice. Sometimes you got to run your plans by people.
Yes.
There's one particular set of guys. I think Jade know who I'm talking about, but I won't. They used to come around. They used to be around me, right, Jade?
Mm-hmm.
They used to come around, and I used to hear them talking about some of their plans.
I used to be like, you?
I used to tell them, I said, look, that is ridiculous. That's stupid. It will never work. Stop it.
Did they listen?
Well, what happened is they stopped coming around me.
Oh.
I think they thought I was a hater.
Oh.
No, they're just waiting on the trial date. I know
exactly what you mean.
Yes. I would be there, like they used to come by me, we working, we doing whatever, and I would hear them like coming up with these ideas of how to make things happen for them, you know? They come up. You know, they have the ideas for the come up.
The come up, it really sound like.
And I listening to the ideas and they're thinking to myself, that they seem to got some holes in it,
Yeah, man.
That there's like as if
the boat leaking.
That there's almost like as if you had an idea to order some guns through the post, and then when the package ain't come, go and call the courier to see where your package late, and then
why does this sound familiar?
And then show up.
Why does
personally to check?
And calling them using your own phone?
Yeah, call them. Yeah, your home. Yeah.
Making sure that was in it.
It sound almost like them that kind. You know that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yikes.
I mean, nobody would do that though. Nobody would do that.
Oh, why would they? That sounds.
Nobody would do that.
Ridiculous. Yeah. That sounds ridiculous.
But guys, sometimes you have to run your plan by somebody else.
Indeed. And speaking of bank, so.
Last night was National Bank AGM.
Okay.
You come like you went on long, but I wonder if it feels spicy.
I see they're pulling a lot of money though.
Somebody need to let me know what the dividend payout look like.
Yeah, man, that's what I need to know though.
Okay.
If I forget, get peace. But FCIB warns of fraudsters pretending to do a survey on behalf of bank. Why you laughing, friend? Why you laughing?
Oh, scamming gone up. Scamming gone up. Yeah, but scamming gone up since the pandemic. By everybody running a scam right now.
Unauthorized individuals alleging to be employees of the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, CIBC, First Caribbean are conducting a survey requesting valuable information from clients, according to a release from the bank. The CIBC First Caribbean is warning clients to be wary of fraudsters pretending to be staff members, surveying on behalf of the bank in St. Kitts. The bank's country head, AG in St. Kitts, Stalina Rosary, said it has come to our attention that unauthorized individuals alleging to be employees of CIBC First Caribbean have been requesting valuable information from our clients through a survey. We wish to alert members of the public that this is an ongoing scam. Rosary stressed that the bank would not ask for sensitive information such as
Such as what? Such as what, Jade?
Stop!
Tell the people they're asking for.
Such as a person, social security number, ATM or debit card pin, or any other sensitive information through an email, survey, phone call, text message, or social media. The bank advises clients to refrain from interacting with people who request their information through a survey. A suspicious call, visit, text, or email from someone claiming to be CIBC First Caribbean representative and urges residents to contact their local branch to verify any requests.
Guys, the bank is not going to ask you for your security PIN.
Your ATM.
Your ATM card PIN. They're not going to ask you.
No, I don't think like that's one of the.
If it's one place that knows where that is.
If there would be any place.
But I guess because they're doing it like a survey, they probably put it in like, hey, confirm your PIN. You know, that kind of way. So it's like, it's how you structure the scam.
Yeah, but security questions don't include that. You've never heard a bank ask you for your ATM PIN unless you go to pin the chip in the bank in front of a human being that works in the bank.
Or by the ATM or something,
yeah. So please, guys, if anybody calls you and asks you to check, to verify your PIN, to give them your PIN, anything to do with your PIN, scam.
But guys, bear in mind that this also highlights something else. This also highlights now that St. Kitts is on the radar for scammers.
Ooh.
So expect
things getting spicy.
So expect more scams.
Yeah, man.
Y'all gonna watch it. Some of y'all never live nowhere else, so y'all ain't know how it is outside.
Please don't be gullible.
When your phone start ringing with random numbers, and the person asking you for your grandfather name and so.
You know, that's suspicious.
Suspicious.
Very suspicious. Don't fall for it.
When
it is a scam.
When they start calling and telling you that you owe Inland Revenue X amount of $1,000,
and you could pay through them.
And you could pay through them because they have a relationship with Inland Revenue, and you could make it in 4 easy installments of $2,000.
That's a scam.
That's $8,000 if you add it up, right?
Yeah.
But they tell you owe Inland Revenue $50,000. It's a scam.
Yeah.
Scam. Take a walk down Inland Revenue, ask somebody a question.
You don't have to walk down there, just call them.
Yeah, you could do that too. And the same phone that you're being called on.
Yep, all on WhatsApp, somebody said, which is true. This kind of...
Hey, the other thing I seen too, and you're catching a lot of people, is these, people hungry for work.
Or this work from home.
No. What they're doing is they're putting out ads for like jobs, and then say like you WhatsApp this number to for more information, and so they'll start talking to you about the job and make the job seem so attractive and whatever, and then say, okay, well, we're gonna need you to send us our thing for us to process your application.
But telling you
but you have all your personal they're asking for all your personal information, and they already on Facebook. They got your picture, they got everything.
They're getting creative. I've seen every time I pass these posts where people just say you can make this amount of money from home, message us for more information. And I see the amount of people on there messaging them for more information. I'm like, y'all ain't feel like this.
Jade.
It makes no sense.
But we
no kind of information on what the job is.
No, but on a serious note, right? Y'all think this joke I'm making here. We are on the scammer hot list right now. No, it's really... Remember, you know how much people lose money in this partner hand thing they had a couple like last year? Mm-hmm. A lot of people waited on the partner hand to reach back to them, yeah?
Double back.
It double back twice, and I said, I'm going in, I put in another, I buy in another, so.
Next thing you know, it break down, no money there.
You jump in the susu.
You get susued.
And get susued. Bye. But the scammers there. Scammer them there, bye. Hey, big up the girls, them like the scammers though.
Yeah, cause if your man is a scammer, you know what back and say again?
Yeah. Scammers, they take care of the women, that's one thing.
At least.
That's one thing.
And the kids and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The scammers generally they get into scamming, gotta try to take care of them.
Hire the scammers them. Here's why. They already know how
FCIB need to hire some scammers?
Yeah, to then detect scams.
No, ain't only that, Jade. You know the saddest part about these things, what it'll be? Oh. The scammers could create more believable emails and questions and phone calls than the actual institutions, yeah?
I tell you, they got down pack, So hire them, and then they won't scam you. If you're employed, if the problem is them doing this is for money, right? If they're doing this for money, just employ them. Then they won't have a reason to scam because they're getting what they needed.
No, the thing with the scammers, they may really like being tied down like that, you know what I mean? They're really into this 2-week vacation thing a year and so on.
You know how ridiculous it is as him to work all year round and then get 2 weeks?
And it's like they just work out by the year going 52 weeks. Just run it after 50. Let them get 50.
But you're only getting 2 for vacation. Anyway, let's take a break because we have to jump into some conversation with our friends at TDC. As usual, they have some good things happening. So we'll be right back.
Days are coming this December, but you can come today. Today, and get pre-approved credit for VAT Day this December. Yes, come to any Hosford's department today and get pre-approved credit for December VAT Days. No down payment necessary. No down payment necessary. That's right. Zero money down and no payment until February 2022.
No payment?
That's right. No payment until February 2022. Come to Hosford's today, where we will be dropping major discounts plus pre-approved credit when you shop now.
But how?
How, you ask? Just visit any Hosford's departments, including furniture and appliances, Ashley Furniture Home Store, Building and Nevis Centers, and the Automotive Division. Make your VAT Days wish list and we'll do the credit check. Come back on VAT Days in December and get all that you picked with your pre-approved credit. Whether it's new furniture, a new stove, or a brand new car, Hosford's is giving you pre-approved credit today for VAT Days this December. Pre-approved credit today for VAT Days in December at Hosford's. Visit stores for all details. Terms and conditions apply.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Yeah, but I'll be over here.
Season for more cash from TDC Financial Services. Get up to $80,000 for holiday purchases, home renovations, shopping, clearing goods, traveling, and more. Our procedure is EASY easy. Provide the required documents and in no time, you'll be on your way to getting the cash you need. Plus, everybody walks away with a prize. Contact us today at 465-6516 or 469-0054 to book an appointment. 'Tis the season for more cash with TDC Financial Services.
All right, guys, we are back right here on Island T on Win Media SKN, and it's Friday.
Indeed.
And it's another very special day, and we're being joined by a very special person via Zoom. With a Q, how are you doing, sir? Dominic, I think your mic might be muted, so
Okay, good. You can hear me
got
now?
got you.
Okay, great. My apologies for that, but I'm stuck in shopping central, literally here at the TDC Home and Building Depot for the first VAT day. Your VAT day specialist, and you recognize I'm wearing my stethoscope. We want to make sure that the temperatures and the heart rate and the heartbeat is good here at the TDC Home and Building Depot, where we're offering up to 35% discount on selected items, 20% discount store-wide, and you pay absolutely no VAT. I'm just going to take an opportunity to turn the camera around so you could see some of the activity that's taking place as we speak. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Things going on.
Big things going on.
So Dominic, what are some of the things that you see people coming in and walking out with this morning at this store?
Well, we've had it's a wide cross section of things. This is my third station for the morning. I've seen paint, I've seen furniture, I've seen lawn and garden supplies, housewares, household, electricals, TVs, microwaves, toaster ovens. It's a truckload of stuff, lighting fixtures, plumbing fixtures. In front of me right now, I just turn a bit so you could see there's a basket with some housewares, household, and a kitchen sink. Yes, everything including the kitchen sink. So let me show you that. There you go.
Wow.
So Dominic, nobody come up here and said that they're buying
that we're
anything for
selling
me,
here
like
this morning
special
at
request.
the TDC Home and Building Depot. Say that again?
Nobody came and said
Say that again?
nobody came and said they're buying anything for me, special request.
To say that again, I didn't hear you clearly.
You have saying that they're buying something for her this morning.
Oh, well, I hope that they do get through, because we've been here since 7 a.m. Just to remind the customers, I hope you get what you want, Jade. We've been here since 7 a.m. and we're going to go right down until 5 p.m. today to give the customers that 20% saving, pay no VAT, and up to 35% off selected items, no VAT.
I need some. No.
I know.
Let me tell you why it is I need you.
I don't know, so he could.
I need. This is gonna sound like. Well, I need some. Right. I also need some extensions. Some.
See, you have up until 5 o'clock to come and get it, because I may move to another station in the next hour, so I might not be able to fulfill your request. But we are open till 5 p.m. and I trust that you could make your way to the store to take advantage of the 20% and pay no VAT. Let me just give you another idea of what's happening. The lines are filling up again, as you could see. Lines are filling up. The lines are filling. Remember, a while ago it wasn't so full. You could see people looking around for different products, different items. Let me see if I could move around and give you another perspective of the store. So this is another perspective of the store. You can see customers around. So I don't know if you'll be able to get what you want when you get to the store.
Hey, nothing, man. I come see what they for me.
Excuse? Sorry, say that again?
I said, I'm
Dead spot. So I seem to have hit a dead spot, so I'll have to listen out for it. Just making sure that the customers get through. So I'm stuck in the middle of some. Let me show you what I'm stuck in the middle of. So stuck in the middle of this. So I apologize if I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Buying pillows, people are buying housewares, household, people are
Oh,
buying
I need some
ceiling
pillows,
fans,
Jade.
people are buying mirrors, people are buying doors, people are buying windows, people are buying everything we have except the staff. People are even buying printers. As you know, the business center side of the home and building depot, the business center side has moved to the home and building depot in St. Kitts. So we have printers, we have electronics, we have tablets here. We still have those tablets that you guys need. We have a few left. So if you're looking for tablets, now will be the time to come and get them. Pay no VAT and get the savings on.
Well, boy, Dominic, I mean, the day still young. Who knows? You may get if the
in Nevis as well. I just want to tell the customer, sorry, this is happening in Nevis as well as all of our retail stores. So it's CDS, it's automotive, home and building depots.
Awesome.
You guys think you'd be able to make your way to the store today? Come, don't mind the people shopping. We're gonna have the products you need.
Yeah, no,
well, Azim definitely needs to go.
Yeah, I come in there right after the show. I have some stuff that I need to get, so they'll definitely be seeing me.
Okay, well, I look forward to welcoming you guys to the stores. And remember, it's the TDC Home and Building Depots, TDC Automotive Division, City Drugstore Nevis Limited, Fat Day Special. Our home and building depots close to that 5, so we're giving you extra time to shop to make sure that you get all the products you need. If you're gifting persons, this is a good opportunity to take advantage of the offer that we're presenting. If you're doing home renovations, if you're doing your holiday shopping, we still have Christmas trees and decorations left. So for those persons who still want to get those items, they can come to the TDC Home and Building Depot and do so.
All right, man. Sounds great. I'm sure there are a lot of people listening who have that stop on their list.
Definitely.
So hopefully go sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Well, and we've accommodated for the rush, the expected rush. We have all of our staff on deck. We have staff on the outside, staff on the inside. We brought staff in to support the team here as well. And I mentioned earlier when we spoke last time that we did new arrivals, and there are new arrivals that will be here as well. So we're also bringing in new stuff. So if you didn't get a chance to come in and you want an opportunity to shop, you can still do so. We have new arrivals. The staff are putting stuff on the shelves as we speak. So, hey, you can't afford to miss this sale today. Pay no VAT, 20% off, up to 35% off selected items. Pay no VAT, store-wide.
Sounds
Not in store, but store-wide.
Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing, man.
I have to make sure I keep my heart rate up, guys. So.
Well, somebody might just purchase you today, so you have to be in tip-top shape.
Well, I'll be grateful. You guys are pitching in your offer to pick me up.
No, we didn't specifically mean us.
This one is at the house.
We can't afford to feed you, but somebody will be able to. So just look out for that.
There's definitely somebody out there looking for Dominic.
Yes.
I'll see you guys later. Thanks.
Later.
Yes, so guys, there you have it. Go get your stuff from TDC. It's that day. I almost forgot.
Yeah, that's the issue. When you got money, you might remember it's back there. I had no idea. I just know I needed something today, and had I known today was back there, I probably would go yesterday.
Yes.
I probably yesterday to get what it is I needed, Jade. Like, oh my gosh.
Trust me, today is going to be crazy, crazy, crazy. Boy, I'm sorry for all you. I'm sorry for all you, Mitchell. I remember when I used to work for Dilio Warren, and they had that day. Boy, that was one of the craziest days of the year, boy. I can't say I feel somewhere for them people.
It's really like our version of Black Friday.
Yes. Deal with your reps today with grace. Deal with the people who you are buying your tires, your screwdrivers from, wherever you're going to celebrate that day. Well, celebrate because y'all acting like it's Christmas. Yes. Wherever you're going today, be kind.
I need an FM radio.
TDC. You don't go in, you know? Just make a list, check it twice, and buy all the things you need.
They don't ask if you're naughty or nice, right?
No.
Okay,
I don't think that's a prerequisite to buy.
Good.
You're good.
I mean, I am nice.
Okay. if you think so.
Jade is so dismissive. Oh my God.
No, I'm not. I'm agreeing with you in some sort of way.
Wow.
If that's me done, my mother's here.
It's done, and I just here thinking to myself, like, what I really need to get first? Whatever I get from
food,
TDC,
you need
I
to eat.
Food, like.
Hey, y'all don't want to hear as in belly in here, you know? It's all like one the earthquake them.
Yeah, it does.
My mother's here, but I had to look around like, what happened here?
Yeah, you thought we needed to go under the table?
Yeah, come to find it is on your stomach.
Yeah, it's only me.
Yeah, but we're going to jump into another interview with a lovely young lady in about 2 seconds. We're just going to take a quick break, thank our sponsors, and come right back with more Island Tea. Stay tuned.
Rams, the good food people. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas from Rams. Have a holly jolly Christmas this December when you shop at any of our Ram supermarkets and cash and carry locations in St. Kitts and Nevis. Enter to win an Apple Lions. Win yourself an iPhone 13, Apple iPad, Samsung 50-inch Smart TV, or a Whirlpool washing machine. Celebrate Christmas with Rams, where you're guaranteed better prices, better quality, and better value for you and your family. Happy holidays from Rams, the good food people.
Terms and conditions apply. See in stores for details.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Island Tea, right here on Win Media SKN, and it's still Friday.
It is.
It's also that day.
It definitely is.
But guess what? After coming out of that conversation, I'm really looking forward to this next upcoming conversation with our guest who's joining us via Zoom. Look at the smile! Oh my God, she seems so happy to be here.
I know.
She seems so happy.
Listen, she has been one of the only guests that have literally shown the level of interest in your own interview, because she would remind me that I need to send her things. Like, we had a whole conversation about what we want to talk about and all of these things. I love it. Okay, a daughter of the soil. Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Boy, that's a good question.
We're doing good. We are actually pretending today that Jade is fine.
Yes, that is exactly what we're doing. We're pretending that I am fine.
But no, man, we're having a good time. And of course, really looking forward to the conversation we're about to have with you. And we didn't introduce our guest.
No.
Like we didn't call her name.
No. So how about we let her
introduce herself?
Well, just tell the people what her name is. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to mispronounce her name.
Really? Oh my God.
Because there's an extra letter between, and I don't know if it's silent. So let's hear from you. How do you pronounce your name?
Clilia.
I was correct.
Yeah, Clilia.
I was correct. Yes, I was correct. You know, sometimes your parents want to put extra letters in your name for no reason.
I don't think that's what happened here.
No.
A combination of the two names.
Oh, so okay. See, I always just thought it was like some from a different language or something.
So your dad's name is Clive?
No, Clifford.
Oh, I was close.
Close, yeah.
Yeah, because my mother's name is Lon Lear, so I got the Cli from him and the Lear from her.
Oh, okay. I love it. I love it. I think it's
Clilia.
such a unique name.
Yeah, I like it. I
Yes,
like it.
yes.
I'm going to publicly apologize to Clilia because she messaged me like some time back, and I just got caught up and never got back to her.
I said, why do you keep doing this to people?
Jade, this time of year is just ridiculous.
I just figured, it's really busy for you right now, so no hard feelings.
Oh, thank you so
See,
much.
she
Thank you so
forgave
much.
you.
I've been
Aw.
forgiven, but we definitely have to link up even after the show.
Yes.
For sure.
But how are you, and how has things been? You are unfortunately not at home right now for the season.
No.
You're presently pursuing studies in Taiwan.
Correct. Yeah. Well, just to introduce myself, hi everyone, the listening and viewing audience. My name is Clilia Davis, and I am from Green Valley, Kayon, Buffalo. And currently, I am in Taiwan pursuing an international master's in medicine. So even though we're gonna be talking about the music, I'm a big nerd. Yeah. So yeah. I am having a really good time here in Taiwan. I've done a lot so far since I've been here, and looking forward to doing even more things. But for the time being, it's really busy. I'm working as well, teaching English and doing school full time. So a lot on my plate, but still happy that I have those opportunities.
Wow, where do you even find the time? Imagine going to school and still teaching.
That's how it goes, Jade. When you're a boss.
Clearly.
You understand?
Clearly, because for me, I would have had to pick one.
Yeah.
I would have, but you are capable enough that you are able to do these things as well as music.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the escape,
Oh, well, that's actually one of the questions that I was gonna talk about. But yes, you did mention that we're gonna talk a bit about music, and for persons to know, what is your relationship with music?
Okay, so I have been playing music for almost 20 years now. I started when I was 8 years old with the piano. Ever since I knew myself, I know I wanted to play the piano, play music, do something, regardless of which instrument it was. I think I was first introduced to it in church, as a lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
I was amazed by the organ, actually, because you see the piano and whatnot with the notes, but then I saw the foot pedals and the way that the organist was just synchronized with hands and feet. Even at 3 years old, I was amazed, and I always used to say, "Mommy, me, piano, me, I want to go," And then it just sparked a love from there. And my father is also a musician. He plays multiple instruments and he sings. So I think that is where I inevitably got the talent from and the love from. But I started formal training at Earl Swanson School of Music when I was 8. And it just took off from there. The piano, even though that's my specialty, I also play the steel pan. I started out playing the double second pan, and then I went to the single tenor pan. I played with Boots, in SKNSO. I've played with Melly. I've played with various bands, whether it was in church or more the secular sort of thing. And then I started doing things on my own. And then I ventured into cover band playing with As One Band. So, as in, you would have been there in the inception stages when the band started coming on to the and things like that. And then, it just took off from there, because I feel like even though I'm classically trained at that point in time, it was just a little bit more rigid. But when I started being exposed to more genres and more teachers, because I learned from people like Pamela Wall, Miss Swanston, the different organists that I would have met throughout the churches, to people in the same band that I mentioned, like Vern and Javid, Raheem, like all of those guys really had a grave influence on, what I would have done so far. So I could never forget them. They were like my brothers and stuff like that. So I always show grave appreciation to them, and it just took off from there. And it's not a hobby. It's just a way of life for me. It's just how I express myself. And like I was saying, it's an escape for me from the busyness of life and the stresses of life, you know. So I really enjoy what I do.
Yeah, I could tell always since I met Clilia that she just had a real passion for music and art and she didn't really mention this, but she also sings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
from time to time. I
yeah.
think I lost the voice now a little bit, you know, like sometimes when you don't use it, you lose it. But I used to sing back in the day too. Oh, let me just introduce you guys to Ruby. This is my little keyboard here.
Hey.
Hi, Ruby.
In red. Yeah. So
So, but you spoke about going to school, and one of the things that I always feel is unfortunate for persons who get involved in music here in St. Kitts in particular is you go to school to learn, you go to a class, you get a teacher. There are a lot of people who started going to whether it's like Miss Swanson. I went to Miss Swanson for a while as well.
I didn't, but I went to this lady who used to teach at Baker's Corner.
Yeah, I went there. Miss Edgens.
Yes,
Miss Edgens,
yes.
Miss Edgens. I went there. I went there too for a little bit. Whether it's Gary Knight, there's a bunch of teachers.
right.
But a lot of people don't really stick to it. I think part of the issue is that there isn't a lot of opportunity to perform. And what's this? Why you want to play music and not perform?
Yeah, you're just playing.
You go every day and so I think that's one of the things. But you stuck with it and then at a certain point branched out to where you then began performing, right?
Right.
Did you have trouble going from the rigidness of like classical training into the more you said you played in cover bands, for instance, or even just the less structured
I think she used the word secular.
well, not even that, because even like the steel pan,
Yeah.
yeah, but even like the steel pan, and so it's a different part of the mind that it engages, right? Like, did you have trouble transitioning from like the structure to the less structured?
Most definitely. I wouldn't call it difficult or hard, but it was definitely a change of pace because and even my music teacher, she kind of warned me and she was like, oh, when you're going and playing these cover bands, you're just gonna be chording and strumming and bubbling, and I don't want you to lose the technicality because trust, it takes years to build that up. Your back hurts, your hand hurts, everything hurts, and I was like, no man, everything gonna be all right, everything gonna be irie. But then after a while, I must say that when I'm not doing scales and arpeggios and all these things, and I'm just strumming and bubbling, there's a different, like you say, it uses a different part of your mind and just your hand, your technicality in your hand and all those kind of things, and then I said, wow, I can play Turkish match and Beethoven and Mozart pieces the way I was able to play them. And I'm like, okay, well, something really going on here. But then I felt more at ease because what came along with that was having the ability to play by ear much better than when, I was just learning pieces for exams and, doing all the rigid things, you know what I mean? And then as a result of that, it made me more loose, I guess, in a way. And then as counterintuitive as it seems, when I went back to play some of those classical and jazz pieces, it became easier because I was relaxed, and then I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to be like this, like even I teach music as well, but not right now, but I taught music for a very long time. And I always tell my students, you just try to breathe in, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders and, at your wrists and whatnot. But then even within doing that, when we're strumming, we don't have the same hand posture.
Different techniques,
so it's and it's like a lot of back and forth when you using jazz or classical. or reggae, soca.
Mhm.
You know, when I started learning how to soca strum and stuff like that, I was like, wow, my left hand hurting me, boy. You know? I was like, okay, then this is something new here from different to the reggae strum. And yeah, so it's not difficult, like you can't do it, but it's definitely a change of pace for sure.
Do you think like going from, like you said, that more loose type, and I think you mentioned it, but I want to get really specific because you spoke about music being an outlet for you. Do you believe that, coming out of that structure, um, really added to the role music plays in your life now in terms of being this thing that you use to express yourself and to escape and just to clear your mind? Do you believe that really helped?
Yeah, for sure. Because first of all, it adds to your arsenal, so it makes you much more rounded. And
Mm.
then it's a situation where you realize you could use different routes to escape. Sometimes, you know, something we sit down and we feel like we're to listen to a dance hall song, or we feel like listening some gospel music. And sometimes, like, I remember when I had my vehicle back home, I would have my music on my SD card, and it would be on shuffle sometimes, and then I'm listening to, you know, a nice feel good reggae song, and then all of a
Mm.
sudden I hear Vibes Cartel coming in, and it's just a switch. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then even like that translates into the playing as well, because then I could say, okay, I want to play this, but then it doesn't stop me from being able to execute and master something else. So it's like a wave, it's like a flow. So I feel comfortable in going back and forth. If you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
for sure, for sure. Like you said, it's like I always think about it. Like music is a language, and you keep adding to your vocabulary, right? So
Definitely.
yeah, so that's the way, and then you use your words now to make sentences and express thoughts, feelings, etc., etc. So
Exactly.
that's the way I kind of think about it. So I could definitely relate to what you're saying. Now, in terms of you're in Taiwan, um,
Mhm.
has there been any opportunity for you to play and to perform? Is that presented itself yet, or is that something that you're looking to do in the future?
Yes, well, first and foremost, I would have performed with another son of the soil, Steven Richards. I think he was on your show a couple weeks back.
Yeah, we spoke
So
to Stephen just recently, actually.
yeah, we would have played a couple times together. And then there are some opportunities where I can have gigs and stuff like that. The thing about it is, though, I have this very large, full length, heavy instrument. And it's kind of taxing to be, you know, going all over the place with it, especially with the kind of schedule that I have. So what I'm looking for now is perhaps maybe a hotel that already has a piano, and so
Hmm.
I could just, you know, move myself, and that would be much more easy in terms of gigs and stuff like that. But for sure, there has been persons who has reached out, and um, they're interested, which is good.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And like you said, I know that this like performing is something that you love to do. I mean, that is one of the main reasons for taking up an instrument, to be able to perform it, for people, and
For
it's
people.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
I'm really happy to hear that you've had some opportunities and even looking for more opportunities to do so. Any of these opportunities, we may be able to partake in, as people back home who want to support you. Is there any thought or plans to sometime do anything that we could see or hear?
Yes. So I have something in the pipelines.
What?
I don't want to mention exactly what it is yet, but in the next few days I will be publishing certain things. I want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
But all I know, I'm very homesick, because even though I'm a person that's not normally in the limelight, so to speak, like I feel like people know of me and know things that I've done, but I'm not like the forefront type of person, you know?
Oh, got you,
Um,
got you.
Yeah, and as it relates to music and maybe carnival and stuff like that, I've had various roles. I've judged shows, national carnival shows. I was a music consultant to Lucas a couple of times when he went in for Soca Manak.
Mm-hmm.
I have also consulted for pageant queens. So there are a lot of things that I do behind the scene in this particular season. And not being able to do that right now and last year as well, it was sad, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you got Carnival to Banco. I could see it. You got
Yeah.
the Banco, girl.
Yeah, man. And that is one of the reasons that kind of sparked this little project that I have coming out soon. So look out for that. Just a little plug in between there.
All
Look
right.
out for that. But yeah, man, I always, even like in my little moments here while I'm in Taiwan, no matter no matter where I am in the world, because I've traveled already to study and I've lived in other places. I always try to find an instrument, and that is why like I bought Ruby. But
Mm-hmm.
even before I did that, like if I'm at school, I go to see if there's like a music room, and luckily where I was doing my Chinese in another city on the eastern side of the island, there is a whole music program and everything.
Okay.
So they had lots of pianos. So I used to go there all the time, and every now and again I would post a video on my Facebook, especially sometimes when my mom and some of my other family members would be like, "Oh, I miss your music," because I used to play at three churches back home. So
Mm-hmm.
three churches are now missing an organist, um, or a musician. But
Mm-hmm.
I always try my best to speak to people. Like you said, it's a language through my music. And some people will come up to me and be like, "Oh, Clilia, you don't know how your music make me feel."
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just gratifying alone, because it's not self-serving, but just the fact that my music moves me. That is
Mm-hmm.
how I speak, that is how I feel good. But knowing that it has the power to evoke whatever emotion in someone else is like, that's the goal. And I always want to continue doing that, just to make people feel happy. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be perfect. There are many pieces that I post, and I mean, mistakes galore. I even posted one video explaining how artists would just normally post the perfection and things like that, and but this is the process.
Right.
Like how yeah, I'm in school right now, learning how to do all kind of things in the lab, and that's a process. And it's also a process when it comes to art. And so I say I'm a very honest person.
Mm.
I don't like to put up a facade or anything like that. So and so look, this is me painting outside the lines. This is how it really look. This is the vibes. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Yeah. But all in all, I love what I do, and if I can make somebody happy, put a smile on somebody's face with my music, with my artistry, no matter what it is, then I'm here for it.
Well, I mean, I'm already looking forward to whatever it is you have in store. But for people who may not be able to, well, may not know exactly how to kind of keep up with what you got going on, what would you say is the best way for them to just kind of keep abreast with what you have planned?
Just keep abreast with my Facebook page, my Instagram page. My Facebook page is just my name, Clilia Davis, and my Instagram is Clilia19, November 19. And also keep abreast to ZAZ.
Ah, so we get a little more information. Things happening with ZIZ. Okay.
Just a little bit
Okay,
more.
okay, okay. See, guys, I get it total. I get something happening on ZIZ. You just gotta wait for it. But
Just wait.
I'm already looking forward to it. I'm happy to hear that even though you're in Taiwan, your heart and your mind is still here in St. Kitts, and
Sure.
and you're looking forward to doing stuff with us here. Um, yeah, anybody you want to shout out? Because I know how it is sometimes when you're over there. It's as much as we have all these ways to communicate. Sometimes you just have so much going on in your life that you don't always get to hit up everybody. But who you want to shout out?
Specifically, of course, my parents, my mom, my grandmother, my aunt, my best friend Shaniqua. I have a lot of close friends and relatives, too numerous to mention right now, but for all the persons that would have even shared this flyer, and congratulated me in whatever way as it relates to the music, even my other facet of my life, the educator side, the sciences side. I just want to say thank you so much. I always welcome and appreciate all the support. It's what keeps me going. And just keep it coming. Your girl is still here and she's here to stay. So thank you so much.
All right, man. I mean, I know there's a lot of people, like you said, who look forward to just kind of enjoying everything that you put out and stuff that you have going on and try to keep abreast. So it's amazing that. Oh, Witty, I'm looking at the comments here on YouTube, so that's why I'm laughing, but
Oh.
but yeah, I think that there needs to be a lot more people who take music past the 2 3 years when you kind of go to your school. It's a, like you said, it's a process, and I think a lot of people sometimes kind of follow. There are a lot of people who at some point in their life went to music class, but a lot of us don't move past
A
that.
certain stage.
Yeah, move
Because
past that. Hmm.
I think a lot of the times do people maybe forced to go. I've,
Yeah.
I've spoken to some of my mates and my classmates and stuff like that, and be like, oh, I'm only going because my mother want me learn an instrument
Hmm.
because my parents think that it's a good thing, but I prefer to do sports, I prefer to dance, or whatever the case may be. So I am an advocate for arts all around, even though I am versed in music. I'm an advocate for arts all around, and I always encourage persons, even like when I used to teach full time. um I used to tell the parents, and I try to tell them in a very nice way, try and engage the children in what they actually like to do, because even if it's
Mm.
something artistic, they may not be as interested in that as much as something else.
Mm.
And what's the sense in trying to force somebody to do something that they're not interested in? They're not going to flourish. So just try to foster whatever that true genuine interest is, and it would bloom from there. I've seen so many fallouts, like you were saying, a lot of people just not studying with it anymore for whatever reasons. But I think for something to be something good of substance and longevity, there has to be that genuine interest first and foremost, and then you could work on the consistency accordingly.
Yeah, I think that's sound advice. And for parents listening, like Lilia saying, support your children's interest, and
Right.
passions. I think that is a worthwhile endeavor. Um, and when we say support it, that don't just mean put them in the classes that they're interested in or whatever.
There.
But
No.
even when they come, 'cause one of the things that also interests me is when a parent would send their child to music school for years and years and then they go, mommy, I'm really thinking about doing music full time and whatever, and it's like, no, no money in that there. It's like, but you
Exactly.
you're the one who cultivated the interest all this time anyway, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So and
And
even so, it's a lifelong skill, and something that I think serves you well throughout life.
for sure. And I think even the more mature artists have to just hone on their skills and know the value of what they have, because if you don't see and articulate that value, nobody else is going to want to even look at you. So, and honing in on the value don't just mean, oh, okay, I could do this, so I'm entitled to something, I'm entitled to a certain compensation. No, 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 it's a whole, I mean, that's a whole different
Yeah.
conversation by itself.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
it's a gamut of things that you have to make sure that you do, and you do well, and you do it consistently, and you're on top of your game in order to be able to say those things. So if you don't have that belief in yourself, then others won't. And I think that's one of the reasons why we don't see the music taking off the way that it actually could, in
Hmm.
our federation. And that's something that we definitely have to look into.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of times when we talk about music and moving forward in life with it and occupations that exist and stuff like this, we always think about the more popular artists and the genres, and we think about the singers really, not realizing that musicians in itself is musicianship is a huge commodity. I mean, I look at even and you're in Taiwan, so you know how serious they take this music thing there. They're literally right now exporting pianists all over the world, like concert pianists around the world, and it's a huge industry in itself. So hopefully we start recognizing that there's space and opportunity for everyone to do what they love. And I believe that it's a travesty when you have somebody who has recognized they have a God-given talent, has put the time in to develop that talent and has a passion for it, but isn't in a position or situation where they could use that to earn and to feed their families and so hopefully we continue to develop along those lines to see that becoming a reality. And persons like yourself, I think, play a big role in it, because as somebody who's classically trained, a lot of time because the people that we idolize aren't classically trained or don't play music that we think requires that type of training. We kind of overlook that step. Even me personally, I was one of them who was just like, when I started going to music school, I was already playing in bands. So I was just like, but I need this here. And now I wish I stuck with it even more. Right? But but
understand.
And I always admire people like yourself who put in the time and have been consistently working at your craft. And definitely something that I admire. But Jade, it seems as though time is fast spent.
Oh my, it's 10 o'clock already.
Easy so. And
having fun, it goes fast.
Yes,
definitely
yes.
does.
But
especially on a Friday.
Yeah, but Clilia, it was definitely a pleasure talking to you, and just catching up. Thank you for not holding me, not being angry with me and forgiving me.
Come on, I know how it is, man.
But it's been a real pleasure. We look forward to whatever announcements are coming soon. We'll keep our eyes posted to you. Yes, we'll keep our eyes posted to your Facebook and your Instagram, as well as to ZIZ. She said we could look out for stuff happening.
Nice.
Right. So.
Time to go
Thank you
home.
so much for having me, guys.
It was our pleasure. And enjoy your night, because I know it's nighttime over there.
Yeah.
And now, yes. Jomo Kuala.
Excuse me.
Island. Thanks, Clilia. Take care.
All right, bye.
But Jade.
Yes.
It's Friday that day. And
it is. You have a mission to go on.
I got a mission to go on by. Watch it. This is really one of them. You know what? Make It to 22 is still in effect, and I have to remember that.
Definitely.
And so I'm going to have to navigate the perilous journey throughout town and throughout the shops this morning.
Drive safely.
Drive safely.
To others.
Drive safely. You ever see two people arguing over the last cushion in the furniture section?
Be nice to others. Be nice to others. You do not have to fight over the last pillow that is on display. You do not have to fight for the last fork that is in the pack.
Jade, you know why it does really cause the confusion here. You know the curtains here.
Boy, them
because you know you're looking for a specific color and you only got one, and you and the lady see it the same time here.
And she want to see first.
And she want to tell you, I said, miss, we ain't gonna fight here.
We ain't gonna sit down.
We ain't gonna fight here. Because
do not go to the people's stores, cause no disruptions today. Be kind to others once again. Be kind to the people that are serving you, helping you find your products, carrying them out to the car. All of the people that are helping to make your that day easier, be kind to those people.
Well, Jade, that is a huge point here, because I don't want to be any kind of customer service person today.
And so it's terrible as ever.
Look, I'm sending, people are sending out positive vibes. I'm sending out positive vibes and grace and patience to all the people who have to deal with customers this morning and throughout the rest of the day. You guys are the real MVPs.
Bye.
You guys are the real MVPs of that day, bye.
That there wouldn't be anything without y'all. But guys, they can stay. We have Sandro coming up next.
Sandro.
You know, your view.
Really, there's no need for you to be jealous, love.
What's she jealous for?
Witty,
as in is yours.
Witty, she's spot secure, yeah?
You have his hat.
No, but she know that. You know, sometimes she just act up now and again. Just you know what I mean?
To keep it spicy.
Yeah, to get it spicy. Yeah. But it's alright. But guys, it's been fun. We had a great week, Jade. I think we had a lot of great conversations. We discussed some amazing topics. Apparently, Eli has not yet gotten back his bike.
I have my hell.
No. You hear. Miss Henry doesn't say Eli know what to do for them here. So I ain't even. It's out of my hands now.
If you're riding the man bike, and you just start to hop on one foot randomly. Carry it back. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, it was an amazing week and we loved it. And we will see you guys next week.
Yeah, we gotta leave. We gotta go. We gotta disembark.
Same place next week.
Yeah, Christmas time after that, you know. After next week is Christmas.
Island gift are welcome. Send them to the station.
Oh, somebody did. I think Axman said he got something for you.
Me want it. So we will see you guys on Monday.
Yeah, guys, remember, whether you check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Win Media SKN's website, or on 98.9, we appreciate you so much. Those who call in, those who message, we appreciate you big time. This would be nothing without you.
Indeed.
Also, hey guys, remember we're still on mission, make it to 22. Be safe, be responsible, be vigilant, look out for your fellow man.
Indeed.
And spend more time living your content than posting it. And remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. Bye-bye.